When you first thought about moving to Australia, perhaps you imagined it would be easy to practice your English every day. You might have expected to meet lots of new people, go out frequently, and make friends quickly. However, many times when we move to a new country, our experience can be quite different. For example, we might feel a little isolated, and it can be really hard to join the community we've moved into, which presents a big challenge. We might feel stuck, worry that we're not progressing in our English, or feel as though we're not content or fully welcome. If you're experiencing this, I want you to know that you're not alone. I've spoken to many people and students who have reported feeling the same way. That's why I want to offer you some options that can help make your transition in Australia more positive. These options will help you feel like you're progressing in your English skills and becoming part of the community. I'll share with you 3 options that are available everywhere in Australia, no matter where you are, that are free and will help you build a sense of belonging while allowing you to regularly practice your English in an authentic environment. The first option I want to talk about today is local libraries in Australia. They are completely free to join and offer a range of different services and resources, but the best thing about them is that most of them provide free English conversation practice on a regular basis. By joining some of these conversation groups, you can start to develop friendships, build a routine, and start to feel a sense of belonging in your local community. I've researched a range of different libraries across Australia, and I'm going to share with you what I've commonly found. Let's begin with the English conversation groups. For most of the libraries I researched, sessions tend to last for about an hour, but the frequency varies. Some groups run only once per week, whereas others run up to 4 times per week. Most sessions are held on weekdays, usually from Monday to Thursday, with the earliest starting at 10:30 in the morning and the latest ending at 4 p.m. Depending on the library, you might need to book in advance, but in some cases, you can simply show up. The sessions are usually led by a volunteer who facilitates the discussion to help you practice your English. Apart from English conversation groups, libraries often offer additional activities across a variety of interests and topics. Some of the events I found include tea and trivia, pop culture meetups, and movie club, where you can watch a film and discuss it with a group. There are also craft groups, which might include activities like sewing, drawing, or painting. Additionally, many libraries host creative writing groups and physical activities such as Pilates, Tai Chi, and yoga. For those interested in games, there are often board game groups for chess, mahjong, canasta, and even Lego clubs. Of course, not all of these activities are available at every library, so it's a good idea to check the events at the libraries near you. However, the most common activities I found across almost all of the libraries I researched were some sort of book club or reading club and family activities for children under 5. For book clubs, sometimes the genre is specified, but other times they are open to a wider selection, always giving you a chance to read and discuss a particular book. As for family activities, libraries often have a story time where you can bring your child to listen to a story, as well as interactive activities relating to reading and playing. So if you're a parent with a young child, this is another great way to take advantage of the library services available to you. Libraries also offer a range of different resources, including the ability to borrow books, CDs, DVDs, access meeting rooms and Wi-Fi, and make use of ebooks and digital resources. Many libraries also provide access to online courses, language learning guides or apps, and streaming services for movies and music. Additionally, they often have exam preparation resources for tests like IELTS. Signing up to your local library is an excellent idea if you want to feel a sense of belonging in your community and improve your English skills, whether through conversational practice or by finding resources to help you improve in your other skills of listening, reading, and writing. You can even join a special interest group to practice your English in a more authentic real-world setting. Considering it's completely free to sign up to libraries in Australia, I highly recommend giving it a go. The second option I want to give to you is attending an English conversation group run by your local church. You typically don't need to be a member of the church or follow their beliefs in order to join these conversation groups. Many churches offer free English practice as a way to support the local community. Actually, I had a student who moved to Sydney with her partner as he relocated for work. She found herself feeling quite isolated and didn't have much to do since she didn't have her own work or social circle in Australia yet. She wasn't particularly religious at the time, but she decided to attend one of the local church's English lessons just to get out of the house and meet some people. What happened next was pretty amazing. Not only did her English improve, but she became deeply connected to the community. She made so many friends through the classes and in fact ended up attending the church regularly. She's now part of a social group and even volunteers at some of their events. And it all started with the simple decision to go to an English class, and now she feels like she has a second family here in Australia. So if you're feeling a bit unsure about joining a church group, maybe because you're not religious or maybe you follow a different religion, don't let that stop you. These groups are often open to everyone, are a great way to practice your English, meet new people, and feel a sense of belonging in your local community. However, some churches may combine their conversation class or group with Bible studies, whereas others tend to have them separately. So if that's something that you're concerned about, just check on the website of the church or contact them directly. Many of the churches I researched offer weekly classes that take place during the school term. Most of these classes run for about 2 hours, and some provide either morning tea or supper. Some churches offer structured classes dividing into beginner, intermediate, and advanced levels. Generally, classes are held on weekdays, with the earliest starting at 9:30 in the morning and the latest at 7 p.m. In most cases, you need to contact the church to register interest before attending. Since churches are very common in Australia, you'll likely have several options in your local area. This can be a great way for you to improve your English conversation skills while also getting to know the local community. The last option I want to discuss is conversational groups that are run by community centres. Now, libraries and churches are both forms of community centres, but for this option, I just want to talk about in general different community centres that don't fall under those two categories. In Australia, community centres often provide activities and events that benefit the local community. They facilitate access to informal and formal support, connecting people who may be experiencing social isolation or loneliness. Community centres can be especially beneficial in rural and remote areas as they provide resources, activities, and events that might not otherwise be available. In most cases, community centres offer English language practice for free or with a gold coin donation, which is equivalent to $1 or $2 Australian dollars. For centres that request a donation, they usually also provide morning tea in addition to the class itself. Classes typically run for 2 hours, beginning as early as 9:30 in the morning or starting as late as 7 p.m, with most taking place once a week during the school term and catering to all English levels. Some community centres may offer paid courses, so be sure to find one that's free if cost is a concern. I hope this information has helped you feel like you have some resources that you can use to help you become a part of the local community that you've joined in Australia. And it is my overall hope that you do feel a sense of connection and community with your new life here. I would love to hear about your own experience and journey in Australia, whether it's been very difficult or maybe it's been very smooth and very easy for you. Let us know in the comments, and I wish you all the best practicing English in the community. Take care, and I will see you in the next video.